Hello again, friends. Welcome back to Headlocks and Hot Packs. Eric here for another Thursday night box opening, and I kind of took a break from these from the LCS, but tonight we went back to them. It is a set. Picked this off for, again, half off at the LCS. The last one we did was not a complete set, so I figured we'd take a little break, but this one was too good to pass up. 2015 Topps Baseball. You can see we got Stanton, Abreu, Bumgarner, Mike Trout, Bryant, and Kershaw on here. There's not really too great of rookies in 2015 Topps. Not too sure about the update set as we get a look at all sides of the box here. And then a massive checklist on the bottom, but best rookies in here would be Chris Bryant. You got Javi Baez, I guess Jorge Soler. That's pretty much it. So mostly this is we're picking through for PC items. Going to be looking for Trout on the top there. Like I said, the last half off set that we did was not too great, so I was a little bit sketchy on picking up any more. Unfortunately, these cards were a lot of them were kind of stuck together, not terribly bad, but let's see, doesn't look like these are going in number order. So I didn't really get a chance to rummage through and make sure everything was in here, but for 20 bucks, I figured what the hell as we get a look at the design. But again, picking through for PC items, any and all Red Sox in here. There's the first one, Ryan Harrigan. And then of course Mike Trout. This is pretty early in Trout's career, and then I guess we shall find out if everything is in here. But I figured even if it's not for 20 bucks, that's still a pretty good deal. It was half off, marked at 40. The shelf with the half off sets has been pretty cleaned out. There's Scherzer. He'll definitely get into the Hall someday. And you might hear a little bit of sniffles from me. We've got some future stars there battling I don't think I have a cold. I think it's just the temperature change. Marco Scutaro, a former Red Sox, Angel Pagan with his mane blowing in the wind. Those ones weren't really stuck together, but I know there's some little bit of brickage as we move along here. So hopefully you guys will stick with me on this one. There's Jason Bougie, baby. I think it's probably Bourgeois. James Paxton, future stars. He is with the Sox again, who had a pretty bad year this year. Not looking too good for my hometown teams outside of the Boston Celtics. I'm not a hockey fan, so couldn't tell you much about the Bruins. I know with Bergeron and, who was it, Krejci? There's an Ozuna future stars. I think it was David Krejci retired this year as well, so like I said, I don't really follow them much. I'm already losing my voice here, and we got a ways to go. Chris Davis with a big old, I don't know if that was a dip in the side of his face or what. Justin Verlander. I can't recall if chewing tobacco was banned by 2015, so perhaps Chris Davis had just a big old wad of gum in his mouth. Bunch of horizontals here, not really a fan of those. Matt Holliday, Pat Neshek. No rookies yet, but this is a 700 card set, so even if this is not complete, we should have close to 700 cards to go through. Here you can see a little bit of stickage on the back of Tazawa, not to be confused with Akira Tazawa. James Shields. Getting a little bit of stickiness here, not damaging the cards, and they seem to be pulling apart pretty or fairly easily. I wonder, this might be the best way to try and peel a little bit of them apart at a time. I'm gonna try and not make this a marathon video, but I guess it will all depend on how badly stuck they are, like these ones here. Little mini brick of 2015 Topps. Mike Aviles and Will Middlebrooks. Back-to-back former Red Sox there. Garrett Cole had a pretty good year. Brandon Barnes, Justin Ruggiano. Lots of names in here that I forgot about. Christian Vasquez, LJ Hose in different area codes. I don't know that he had too long of a career. I don't really remember that name. Henderson Alvarez. Should be some nice second years in here as well. There's Joe Mauer. I think he'll get into the Hall of Fame. And then Koji Uehara was a World Series hero for the Sox in, I believe, 2013. Kurt Suzuki. But yeah, should be some good second years in here. I know this was second year on, I want to say Jose Abreu. There's a future stars, Matt Harvey. That might have been worth a buck or two a few years ago. His career fizzled out pretty quickly. But Jose Abreu's second year in here. I think DeGrom's second year. George Springer. There's a Colton Wong Gold Cup. Still no rookies. It makes me slightly nervous, but we've barely scratched the surface of everything that is in here. Colin McHugh. So a bunch of guys in here that are still around. Wilmer Flores, who is stuck to the back of Mr. Ross. That one wasn't cooperating too well. Phil Gosselin, probably not related to Kate plus 8. There's a reference and a half for you. See an A-Rod coming up after this little brick here. It's starting to get slightly more difficult. There's Justin Masterson. I picked up a random autographed baseball at the indoor flea market a couple of years ago that appears to be signed by Justin Masterson. I'm pretty sure it is legit because I don't know. Here's a nice little brick here. I don't know that anybody would be forging Justin Masterson autographs. I want to say I picked it up for maybe like $5 or so. Wasn't so if it is fake, it wasn't really a big loss. Some more horizontals. These are getting tougher and tougher, so let's tough it out and rifle through this whole thing. Should see Jeter in here. Saw him on that Yankees team card. Well as Ichiro. He'll definitely get into the Hall. Some more horizontals. Getting a little bit sticky. There's a DeGrom, 2014 NL Rookie of the Year. I want to say he's got a Future Stars in here too. It might be a Gold Cup. We shall see if we come across it. Joe Panic, the Cleveland Asterisk Guardians, Omar Infante, Alex Wood, Jimmy Rollins. So again, lots of memorable names. Haven't really seen any like too big of stars just yet. Dillman Young, Red Sox team card. Looks like Napoli in the middle. Could be confused with Justin Turner. Lorenzo Cain pulled his rookie when we did 2010 update series set. There is Jose Abreu, again, second year on him. AL Rookie of the Year card. Steve Souza Jr. Andrelton Simmons. Let's get away from all these horizontal cards. What is going on here? We have some big piles off to the side. John Neese, and then Nick Castellanos. Future Stars. Gold Cup, decent one there. Maybe, I don't know, worth a quarter, 50 cents or so. Try and break these up little by little as we go to make it not quite as time consuming. Future Stars John Singleton, he did not work out to be a future star. And actually, there's Pujols, future Hall of Famer. I want to say, isn't John Singleton the name of... Isn't that the name of like a pretty famous movie director? Did like Training Day? Maybe I'm getting it mixed up with someone else. There's a nice Mookie Future Stars. Second year on him. His rookie came in 14 update. No Gold Cup on Mookie. How did he not make the All-Star rookies? Michael Morse, Marco Estrada, and then Pablo Sandoval. That's a time and a run in Red Sox history that a lot of us would like to forget about. That definitely did not work out. Pablo Sandoval was a good player for the Giants, and then when he came to Boston, he turned into the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and I don't think he really did much after that. I want to say he ended up going back to the Giants briefly and played a little bit, but that run in Boston was essentially the end of his career. He ate himself out of the majors, basically. Ian Desmond, Hamill. There is Jordan Schaefer. I don't think I've ever heard of that name before. If I did, I didn't remember it. Some lefty hurlers: Holland, A.J. Ellis, Santiago. Santiago wants his money, as they'd say in Practical Jokers. McCutcheon, Altuve, pretty early in Altuve's career. I forget what year his rookie is. Is it 2010 or 11? Another future stars: Grady Sizemore. Another Gold Cup guy that didn't work out: Ronis Elias. Matzik, Freddie Galvis. Another future stars coming up. Who do we got? Jimmy Nelson. Topps predictions didn't seem to be very good this year. Stephen Drew, another guy that went from the Sox to the Yankees. We absolutely hated Stephen Drew, like way more than his brother JD. There's Yachty and Michael Kadire. And John Lester, that is a guy that the Sox, or as a Sox fan, I hated seeing him go. There's Big Poopy, Big Poppy. Lester was one that probably the Red Sox front office regrets. They should have paid that guy. Tuffy Gosowicz, there is a name and a half. Pulling these cards apart are a little bit toughy. And Rougned Odor, future stars. I think he will always be best known for that right cross to Jose Bautista's chops. Of course, we had a pretty good punch this year with Jose Santana dropping Tim Anderson. That's probably going to end up being the most memorable moment from the 2023 season. There's a Joe Kelly. He's still around. Gotta love Joe Kelly. Well, I guess you don't have to love him, but if he is on your favorite baseball team, you love him. If he is on the opposing team, you probably hate his guts. But I definitely respect that he doesn't take any crap from anybody when he's out on the mound. Cody Ross, another former Sock. A little bit of stickiness here. Torrey Hunter, Jose Ramirez. He had a pretty good year this year. Freeman, Travis d'Arnaud, Gold Cup, decent one. He's got to be in like his mid-30s now. This was, let's see, 8 years ago was his second year, so he's got to be close to his mid-30s. Ken Giles, CC Sabathia, I think he'll get into the Hall of Fame. Just because he had a really long career, won multiple Cy Youngs, or at least one Cy Young that I can recall. Here's Joe Panic, future stars. Again, not a future star. Melky Cabrera, Chase Headley, Shoemaker, back-to-back Shoemakers, spelt completely different. Gavin Floyd. I remember Gavin Floyd mostly with the White Sox. Chris Taylor. Is that the same Chris Taylor that's with the Dodgers now? It's a pretty common name. There's Kenley. He might get into the Hall. He hit that 400 save mark this year. And then Hanley, the Pusher Man, Ramirez. In case anybody doesn't remember, he essentially got forced out of the majors for, I want to say he was dealing drugs, or was part of some kind of drug dealing ring. Get these apart quick here. Alejandro, didn't we already see Diaza? Zimmerman. No, guys have multiple cards in here, so if we're seeing some dupes, and I'm missing them, I apologize. Not a single rookie yet, which very unusual, so it's starting to get a little bit sketchy here. Alex Avila. This is starting to become a little bit more of a penis in the anus. Ike Davis, Rex Brothers. That's how Hulk Hogan would say his name. What's up, Rex, my brothers? Brandon Belt, Rourke, Future Stars. There's a Goldie, and Charlie Furbush. That is a hometown guy. As we get a look at the back, you can see there he is from South Portland, Maine. So him along with Bill Swift, the guys who made it to the majors that are from my hometown, and again, oddly enough, they're both from my hometown. There's Trevor Bauer, looking like he got hosed with all the news about his accuser coming out recently. There's the DeGrom Future Stars, doesn't have the Gold Cup on there, but looking like Trevor Bauer's accuser kind of fibbed a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. I heard some audio from a phone call between the two of them come out. There's Konerko in his final season, getting a send-off from the White Sox faithful. Danny Hashavira, I probably totally butchered that name. Future Stars, again, didn't work out that way. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a weird situation for Trevor Bauer. You essentially got blackballed from the majors for something that kind of appears on the outside. There's Jose Fernandez, Future Stars. Kind of appears on the outside like he maybe at least somewhat innocent on that. I don't know. Let me know what you think of the entire Trevor Bauer situation in the comments down below. And a lot of people are not fans of his just because, admittedly, he is kind of a douchebag, but if he didn't do what he was accused of doing, I would say it's definitely not too fair for him to be blackballed from the majors. Nobody likes to be accused of doing something they didn't actually do. Vance Worley, Giordano Ventura, Blanco, Future Stars. Looks like we've got, is that Clay Buchholz? It is indeed. Longtime Red Sox there. He was kind of a fan favorite for quite a while. Everybody thought he was going to be a front of the rotation kind of guy. I don't know that it quite worked out that way. There's Kluber, Scherzer, and Weaver. I'll set that to the side. I do have a binder full of cards of guys that I think will eventually get into the Hall of Fame. I do that because I do have kind of the side Hall of Fame PC, so I would hate to get rid of guys that end up being, get rid of cards of guys that end up being Hall of Famers, and then I'm still trying to find them. Some more horizontals. Diamondbacks. Again, not a single rookie in here, so I'm assuming this got picked through. Like, there's not even one, let alone the big names, but like the common rookies have not showed up yet, so I don't think that's a very good sign. Gonzalez, Stanton, and Upton. There's the Angels with Pujols on the front, no sign of Trout or Ichiro, which is kind of weird. Adrian Beltre, he'll get into the Hall, I am pretty sure. Altuve, JD Martinez, and Michael Brantley, batting average leaders for the American League. Even more horizontals, King Felix, Waka, Pirates, who's stuck behind them, Todd Frazier. Almost thought that was Roland for a minute there. I see a third baseman for the Reds, and I think Scott Rowland. Jackie Bradley Jr. There's King Felix again with Sale and Kluber. I think that was a dupe of Bumgarner. Cespedes had a really, really brief time with the Red Sox. More World Series highlights. Yeah, I'm going to say this box was definitely picked through. We have not seen a single friggin' rookie card in here, which is quite unusual. I feel like I saw a couple of dupes, so I don't know if the original owner of this maybe had a couple sets of 2015 tops, and then they just literally took out anything that could possibly be good and combined the rest into one full box. That could be the case. Juan Lagares. There is Chapman. Seems like the stickiness is kind of hit or miss. Papelbon, a lot of people hate him, including Red Sox fans. Again, another guy who was a good player, but if you're kind of a D-bag, people are not going to like you. Just ask Barry Bonds. I think that's the primary reason he's not in the Hall of Fame, even with all of the PED talk surrounding him. I think, yeah, there's Bastardo, Avila, so there is definitely some dupes in here. We definitely saw that. Ike Davis, and there is Rex Brothers again, brother. So not a good sign, but again, it was only $20, so I figured it was worth a shot. There's a Goldschmidt again. But, when it comes to Bonds, I think had he treated the media better, I feel like he would have had a much greater chance of getting in, even with all the PED stuff. There's CC again. I mean, Bonds was definitely a Hall of Famer before he started using, so I don't know. I just feel like the people who vote would have been a lot more likely to look past that had he been a little more friendly with news reporters. He always had a rep for not being the nicest guy. Even during his time as a hitting coach with the Marlins, there's some interviews with him online or on YouTube. Even just him showing like hitting tips, he's just kind of a socially awkward guy, to be honest. I think I watched a clip of him going over some stuff with, I think it was Orestes Estrada, and he just answers questions like, Brandon Compton, there's an unfortunate name. Bonds just answers questions very like abrupt, succinct, to the point. There is Mike Napoli. He'll always be loved in Boston, Napoli will. Alexia Gondo, Bartolo Colon, who pitched for half a century, it seems like. Still no Trout in here either. I would have really liked to add another Trout to the collection. There's Buster Posey. I think he's got a shot of getting in. Lincecum. And there's the George Springer Gold Cup. Again, I can pop that on eBay with shipping and all that. Probably get just over $1 for it. Tanaka Future Stars, Hudson, Xander Bogaerts Future Stars Gold Cup. I kind of forgot about him. That's a nice little ad for the Sox collection. Looks like I'll probably get all of the Sox. There's Petey, former MVP. Probably get all the Sox out of 2015. Outside of the rookies, I'm trying to remember, I want to say 2015 was, there's Daisuke with the Mets. I do not really remember that at all. That looks super weird. I want to say the better rookies from, or at least some of the rookies for the Sox in this year, mostly guys that didn't, that we thought would end up being good players and didn't quite work out that way. I want to say this was like Rosne Castillo's rookie card. A lot of people thought he might be a big deal, and 8 years later that didn't turn out to be the case. There is Kluber. Somebody a little bit stuck to the back of him. I think Kluber's got a couple of Cy Youngs. Ryan Howard, Soria, some decent names in here, Marte. But the bigger stars, Arizmendi Alcantara, I do not remember him, and he definitely did not turn out to be a star, so another bad prediction by the people at Topps. James Russell, Henry Mejia, Brett Laurie, Manny Parra, Coco Crisp. What the hell is Coco Crisp's actual first name? I do not remember. Somebody drop that in the comments for me. Getting closer to 40, guys. Memory's starting to go. Garrett Richards, Brandon League, Brandon Crawford, Billy Hamilton Gold Cup. He was a pretty big name around this time. Big name prospect, anyways. Had major wheels, that guy, but again, another prospect. There's Votto. I think he'll get in possibly to the Hall. Love that Joey Votto has spent his entire career with Cincinnati. You don't see a ton of that anymore. Rendon. We saw another slugging first baseman who pretty much did that earlier in the set with Paul Konerko. I know he got his start with the Dodgers. You see, I want to say it's 95 tops. Konerko has a draft pick card with the Dodgers, not technically his rookie. And I want to say he never even played a big league game with them. Ryan Zimmerman, Nolan Arenado, Pomeranz, Corey Dickerson. Yeah, we're getting close to the end of the box here, and not a single frickin' rookie, so definitely been picked through. Again, haven't seen Trout. There's Greinke, Pence. Haven't even seen Ichiro yet, so I would assume he has been taken out of here as well, but this is why I had pretty much stayed away from those half offsets. I don't recall what the last one was that we did, but it definitely was missing the better stuff like this. But again, even for 20 bucks, you know, what the hell, worth a shot. There's that Konerko again, so dupes of that one. And then a bunch of horizontals. Again, I think these are all dupes. Too many cards to remember, but there's Machado. It's pretty early for him. I think that might be the third year. He had Future Stars, I want to say in 14. There's the Angels team card again. Brandon Belt, Nationals, another Beltre. Yeah, so it had to be the case that somebody had a couple sets of these. There's a Miggy. That's not bad. Didn't seen that one yet. Whoever had this definitely had a couple of sets. Took literally every rookie, every Trout card out, the Ichiros, and then combined them. But as I said in the beginning, not a ton of great rookies to be had out of here outside of... hitting my mic. Apologies. Outside of, I guess I'm pissed that there's no rookies. I'm slapping the mic around. But would have been Bryant, Javi Baez, Jorge Soler, and then there was like one other name that I recognized as kind of like a lesser name, but I already forgot what it was checking out the checklist on TCDB. Daniel Nava. Found his rookie in the 2010 update, which I had already had. Tommy Lastea is still around as well. And that brings us to the end of the box here. So again, this one was certainly picked through. I want to say it should have came, the sealed ones should have came with some kind of like exclusive inserts or parallels, which were nowhere to be found. So let's see what's in this last little stack here. Maybe we'll get lucky and at least come across the Trout, but all pretty much dupes of the last handful we took, so not getting my hopes up. I can probably find that Trout card online for a couple bucks at most. There's Freddie Freeman, another guy that I think will get into the Hall. Ryan Braun will definitely not get into the Hall. There's Tyler Skaggs, RIP. Chris Owings Future Stars, last few here. Phil Hughes from Phil's Polls. Is he even still doing that anymore? I never really followed him, but I don't see him promoting his videos anymore. There's a Beltre. Different Beltre from the other one, so one must be like maybe an all-star card, I guess. Didn't pay too close of attention. Who the hell is stuck to Dylan G in those hideous orange Mets unis? Edwin Encarnacion. If you're gonna make me do all that work, at least make it somebody that I'm looking for. Here's Beltran, Espinoza, last few here, Tulowitzki. Last few are gonna give me trouble, because why not? Why wouldn't they? Cliff Lee, Fowler, with somebody stuck to the back of him. Well, this has been a slog, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. There's another Charlie Furbush. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, of course, if you don't want to miss out on what we all have coming up here in the future. Have another game stream highlights coming up on Saturday. There's another Future Stars of Grom, so not bad. And then, of course, Sunday, more reactions. But that's all we got for our Thursday box opening here. A little bit disappointing. Didn't find any rookie, not a single friggin' rookie here. What's up with that? So weird, but I figured $20, it was worth it to risk it for the biscuit. I at least got some cards for the Sox PC that I didn't have. I don't think I had any of the 2015 tops. And then some decent names there, but again, no Trout, no Ichiro, no rookies whatsoever, so I'll probably give those half-off sets another long break. Might not even go back to them at all, depending on how picked over they are. But again, that's all we've got for tonight. Next Thursday, we are coming back with another throwback retail football box, so make sure you return for that. We're going to be heading back to the early 90s. If you want to see what product that is, you will have to return next Thursday. But again, that's it for tonight. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and hopefully you all enjoy your weekend coming up. But yeah, Eric once again for Headlocks and Hot Packs, and we'll see you again real soon. Have a nice night, guys.